The blast has halted life in the Kingdom of Tonga, which includes more than 170 islands, and is home to about 100,000 people, Helen Reagan reports for CNN. The Hunga Ha'apai volcano, that erupted Saturday, sits around 20 miles southeast of Tonga's Vanuatu Island. The top of Hunga Ha'apai peaks just 330 feet above sea level, but stands about 6,500 feet high from the seafloor. When the volcano erupted, it spewed gas and ash up 12 miles into the atmosphere and set off an atmospheric shockwave that traveled at about 1,000 feet per second, according to reporters for BBC. The explosion was captured by the GOES West Earth Observing satellite operated by the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. In addition to local damage, the powerful explosion triggered large waves and tsunami advisories that hit Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and west coasts of North and South America. Since the eruption, those impacted by the tsunami waves have been sharing footage on social media. Part of Japan saw waves as high as 9 feet tall, and the west coast of the United States received swells around 3 and 4 feet high. In Peru, 2 people died from the high water, per Reuters. At least 2 Tongans have lost their lives to the recent eruption, and thousands more are battling the remaining debris. One major concern is access to safe drinking water, which can be contaminated by ash and smoke from the blast. Countries like New Zealand and the US have already pledged aid, but the thick cloud of airborne ash has grounded air travel. The blast also disabled Tonga's main undersea communications cable, making it challenging to assess the scale of the destruction and the help needed. In the aftermath of a 13-mile-wide volcanic eruption in Tonga, it could take weeks to repair an undersea communications cable that connected the South Pacific archipelago to the rest of the world. Hunga Ha'apai, an underwater volcano off the coast of Tonga, erupted Saturday, carrying volcanic ash nearly 20 kilometers into the air and causing tsunami waves that reached the western shores of the U.S. On Tuesday, the Tongan government confirmed 3 fatalities in its first official update following the eruption. The archipelago relied on a single fiber optic cable for global communications, Reuters reported. But the cable ruptured amid the 7.6 magnitude earthquake as the volcano erupted. Due to the damage to the international fiber optic cable, the internet is down, according to the Tongan government statement. The 2 communications operators are working on satellite options to restore some services, including the internet. Since the eruption, internet traffic in Tonga has plummeted, according to data from Cloudflare.
On January 15, 2022, the Hunga Ha'apai volcano in the nation of Tonga produced its most powerful eruption ever recorded. This eruption generated a devastating tsunami which went on to cause damage and flooding across the Pacific Ocean, while also reaching locations as far away as the Caribbean. For example, at 16:01 Coordinated Universal Time, Isla de Mana in Puerto Rico was hit with a small 12-centimeter or 4.7-inch tsunami. While this may not initially seem too notable, consider this. The town of Mazatlan in Mexico, which is closer to the Hunga volcano, was hit with a tsunami twice that size, but 48 minutes later. So, how was an island 3,500 kilometers or 2,174 miles further away hit first? The answer relates to the shockwave. The initial explosion of the Hunga volcano produced a powerful shockwave which raced around the planet and was picked up by weather stations around the globe, where it caused a prominent short-term spike in atmospheric pressure. This shockwave traveled at about the speed of sound, while the tsunami traveled at about 70% of that speed. Thus, the tsunami which hit Puerto Rico was not a true tsunami. Rather, it was a phenomenon referred to as a meteotsunami. When the pressure spike from the explosion raced across the Caribbean Sea, it temporarily pushed the water down.